Welcome back, hackers. Continuing on from our previous tutorial number 2, let's make the Wardriving dashboard functional. Loading the virtual pager so that you can see what I see, let's take a look at what the Wardriving button does when we click on it right now. We made the graphic for the button work in the previous tutorial, but we see that when we click on it, it shows an error that the button is targeting Wardriving_dashboard that doesn't exist yet. Let's change that. Let's head to Components, Dashboards, and open the wargames_dashboard.json to see what's going on. Currently, we see that our target is Wardriving_dashboard, but technically the target doesn't exist yet. So let's head to our main folder and open the theme.json file. This file keeps track of all of our targets and shortcuts to our paths. Scrolling down, we see our main dashboard_path, which points to our wargames dashboard.json file. And we see the start of the button shortcuts such as alert dashboard. We need to add our Wardriving_dashboard target right in between the main path and the alerts dashboard. Pasting the command, we added the new target quotes Wardriving_dashboard quotes, and the path is pointing to a dashboard_wardriving.json that we haven't created yet. So where do you get the dashboard_wardriving.json file? You steal it, of course. What did you think I was going to say? Build it yourself? Lulz. In all seriousness, I want to give a shout out to Brain Freak for designing the original Wardriving dashboard in this purple_pineapple theme. Definitely check it out in the repo. For this tutorial, I'm going to grab the dashboard_wardriving.json file from my zombie pineapple theme. I'm going to go to Components, Dashboards, and copy the file. Then head over to your new theme's component dashboards folder and paste it. Now that we have the file, let's open it and check it out. Scroll down to the background and edit the path to point to the assets folder where all of our images are stored. Save the file and let's create a new Wardriving_bg.png in Photoshop. I'm going to load the background that I used for the zombie pineapple theme and edit it for this new theme. You can make the background however you like. Just make sure that it's 480 by 222 pixels for the image size. I like to add a credit to Brain Freak at the bottom of my Wardriving dashboards because I appreciate the time and effort he put into designing the OG version. For now, I'm going to hide everything I don't need in the current file. Then I'm going to use the space background that we generated in tutorial number 2. And all you need to do is select the layer and drag it over to our Wardriving composition. I'm going to play with the scaling a bit until I'm happy. Also, I'm going to create a new layer and clean up the edges a bit by using the paintbrush tool and paint a dark blue color around the edges. The last thing I'm going to do is lower the brightness of the background to make it easier for the text on top to be visible without the background being too distracting. Let's save the background as Wardriving_bg.png in the assets folder and reload the theme. Once it reloads, we see that our dashboard is working. We have our background, but the status_bar could use some centering, and text colors and positioning don't look the greatest right now. Let's open the dashboard_wardriving.json file to see what's going on. I'm just going to worry about the text right now. We'll come back to the status bar. Find the GPS_chords ID to see where the text starts. In my file, it has the colors as medium_gray for the text when it isn't selected, and yellow for the selected text. Instead, let's use the replace tool in Notepad++ to change all of the instances where these colors are called. First, I want to change the medium gray to white and hit the replace all button. But after doing this, I found out that there isn't actually a white color defined in the theme.json, so instead let's change the white to soft underscore white. Next, let's change the yellow color to blue and choose replace all. Now we can save our file and check out the changes with a reload. This looks a lot better. The soft underscore white looks good, and we have a nice blue highlight for the text. But as you see on the left, the column of text is too far over. So let's open the dashboard underscore Wardriving file again and take a look at the X values. We see that the wiggle text is over 10 pixels from the left. How about we change that to 50 pixels and then see how it looks. I'm going to adjust the rest of the text items on the left to 50 on X as well. Once done, save and reload. This is looking a lot better. Except I see the GPS D is touching the other text list on the right. Now that I have a better idea of the placement, I'm going to move the text on the left back about 5 pixels to 45 on X. Also, let's change the text on the right starting with GPS underscore device and move each item 10 pixels more on X to 250 pixels and then reload. There we go. We have enough room between GPSD and the menu items on the right now. And everything fits nicely in our space background. Next, let's see about centering the status bar. Heading to the components, then status underscore bars folder, we find the status underscore bar underscore GPS.json file that our theme is using for the Wardriving dashboard. Scrolling down to the status bar items, we see the time item. Let's move everything on X back about 100 pixels. So we'll change the 400 to 300 for time, the 346 to 246 for the battery icon, and so on. Once done, save and reload the theme. After reloading, I'm going to check out the Wardriving dashboard, and it looks like we're all set. The GPS status bar looks centered, and our Death Star looking Wardriving dashboard is complete. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you get a chance, head on over to GitHub to check out my latest themes. Think about hitting that sponsor button, and I'll catch you in the next one.